Hi, good morning dear children. Are you ready? Yes, everyone should take your textbook, notebook and all. We can continue our lesson agriculture in geography. Next topic, can you remember what we discussed last class? Yes, we discussed Bhudan, Gramdan under leadership of Vinoba Bhave. And also after that we discussed what it is, contribution to of the agriculture to the national economy, employment and output. Okay, so next we have to discuss a new topic that is a very simple topic that you studied in your history also, so it is easy for me I think. Okay, so the topic it is food security. Food security, got it? And you know that food, it is an interesting subject, am I right? Okay, so food is a basic need. Food, shelter, clothes that we studied in our 4th standard, these are the basic needs of the people, am I right? So food is a basic need and everyone should get it. So we people are earning income, doing different types of jobs, earning income and buying food materials and eating and satisfying. Okay, so my dear children, which provides a minimum nutritional level. Food is very basic needs and we have to get in a nutritional level of food, otherwise deficiency, food nutritional deficiency will be there and it will cause different types of diseases. Okay, so if any segment of our population does not have their access, you know that in India all the people are in same level of economic, in case of finance or financial level, everyone are alike? No, never. Different segments of the people, different group of people are there. Some people are very high level in case of status of their economic, financial setup, standard of life. Middle class people also there and the lower income group of people also are there in India. Am I right? And if any segment of our population does not have this access, higher level, middle level or lower level, any segment or any group of people does not have this access, means that segment suffers from lack of food security. ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരു വിഭാഗത്തിന് ഇത് ലഭിക്കാതെ വരുന്നുവെങ്കിൽ, that is lack of food security, ഭക്ഷ്യ സുരക്ഷയുടെ അഭാവം ഉണ്ട് എന്ന് മനസ്സിലാക്കാം. Got it my dear children? So now you understood what is food security. All the segments of the people should get these basic needs, otherwise they are lack of food security. Now you got it. And we know that economically less developed area, problems of poverty is there. We people daily we are getting 3 times or 4 times or 5 times of meals we are or a food we are taking. There is no problem for our food. You people didn't experience also. Okay, we can pray to God. Okay, my dear children, but when we are observing the different segments of the people in different areas of our country, we can understand that number of people they are facing these difficulties or lack of food security. Am I correct? And also, and the remote areas of the country are more prone to nutritional disasters and uncertain food supply. Remote areas, ഇന്ത്യയുടെ ചില പുരോഗമനം കടന്നു ചെന്നിട്ടില്ലാത്ത മുക്കിലും മൂലയിലും, when we are observing we can see that few areas or regions in India we can see the prone to natural disasters. പ്രകൃതി ദുരന്തങ്ങൾ സംഭവിക്കുന്നു, floods, droughts, landslides, tsunami, and also not only that, an uncertain food supply. They are not at all getting regular supply of food. So how, just imagine that how the people are suffering. Continuously natural disasters are happening. Because of the flood and drought, how can they grow their crops? Of course there will be the food security. Okay, natural disasters, because of that food security is, food shortage is happening, poverty is happening, starvation is happening. Okay, and to ensure the availability of it, so what we have to do? We have to ensure all the segments of the people in India are getting their foods. Okay, and to ensure the availability of foods to all our government, to all people, our government carefully designs a national food security system. We have to introduce, we have to design national food security system. ദേശമൊട്ടുക്കും വ്യാപിപ്പിച്ച നാഷണൽ ഫുഡ് സെക്യൂരിറ്റി സിസ്റ്റം ഷുഡ് ബി ദർ. അത്യാവശ്യമാണ്. Okay, and it consists of why it is, what are the aims behind it, objectives. It consists of two components, mainly two components. We have to ensure it is accessible to all the people. Okay, so mainly two components are very important. One, it is buffer stock. Second one, PDS. So, to ensure the availability of a food supply to all the parts and nook and corner of India, Indian government should ensure or consist of two main components. പ്രധാനമായും രണ്ട് ഘടകങ്ങളെ ആശ്രയിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നു. Which are they? Buffer stock and PDS. Buffer stock and PDS. And what is PDS? Once before that, what is a buffer stock? You know that buffer stock? ശേഖരിച്ചു വെക്കുക അല്ലേ? How? Why? Buys and stores products to prevent price fall. വിലയിടിവ് തടയാൻ. To protect the farmers. To protect their life. Buffer stock system is there. And buys and store the products according to the variations in the price in the markets. Sometimes the farmers are getting very less amount of a price for their products. To maintain this, to protect the farmers, buffer stock is there in India. Buffer stock system is, that is one of the most important factor or component to ensure the availability of the food to all the sections of the society. Second one, PDS. What do you mean by PDS? Public distribution system. Public distribution system. You know that PDS, ration shops are there. Okay. You heard Maveli stores are there. Okay. So these all are under PDS system. You know PDS. It is, what is PDS? I will inform you, I will give a correct idea. It is a program, PDS system is a program which provides food grains and other essential commodities at subsidized prices to below poverty line population in rural and urban areas. Not only below poverty line, above APL owners, card owners also it is getting, but for some amount they have to pay. Okay, whatever may be, once again I am informing you what is PDS. Once again, it is a program which provides food grains and other essential commodities, ഭക്ഷ്യധാന്യങ്ങളും മറ്റ് അത്യാവശ്യ സാധനങ്ങളും commodities at a subsidized prices. While we are purchasing 1 kg of a rice from the black market or outside of the PDS shop, we can see that we have to pay 40 rupees or 35 rupees for 1 kg of rice. But while we are getting from these PDS shops, ration shops, you can see that different category of cards, ration cards are there. 4 types of ration cards are there. Yellow card, pink card, blue card and white card. It is according to their financial or their according to the poverty line. Below poverty line, that means ദാരിദ്ര്യ രേഖയ്ക്ക് താഴെയുള്ള ആളുകൾക്ക്, ലെസ് ഇൻകം ഗ്രൂപ്പ് ഓഫ് പീപ്പിൾ, യെല്ലോ ആൻഡ് പിങ്ക് കാർഡ്. Okay, somewhat some subsidy rate. The blue card owners of the people also will get some food grains from the ration shops. But the white card, they have to pay a small amount, but not the same with the black market amount of prices of the goods. Okay, so now you got an idea in between. Whenever you are getting time to visit a ration shops, so you have to visit it, then you can understand, okay, the price level of a different card owners, how they are paying, how much they are paying, what are the items they are getting from the PDS ration shops, etc. Okay. So my dear children, it is a program which provides food grains and other essential commodities at a subsidized price. That is very important, subsidized. Okay, reduction reduction amount they have to get the especially for the poverty, BPL, below poverty population, in rural and urban area. Not only the rural areas, urban areas also. Okay, India's food security policy has a primary objective. One of the most important objective of the India's food security is that it is to ensure availability of food grains to the common people at an affordable price. Distribution or availability of the food grains to the common people at an affordable rate. That is one of the most important objective of the food security program in India. Through this, the poor to have access to their food. The poor people can get or availability of food items from the PDS shops. Okay. And it focus on a growth in agriculture production. Through this, the important objective is to availability of the food grains to the poor people. With that, it focus on the food security, also focusing on the growth in the agricultural production. കാർഷിക ഉൽപാദനം വർദ്ധിപ്പിക്കാനും ലക്ഷ്യമിട്ടിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഓക്കെ, and on a fixing the support price or a procurement of a wheat and rice. procurement സംഭരണം, products സംഭരിച്ചു വെക്കുക. Okay, so on a increase the agricultural growth. Through food security, Indian government's objective is to increase the food production and also fixing the support price, minimum support price, MSP. Farmers have to increase their production, they have to get minimum support price for their products, and to procurement for a wheat and rice, സംഭരണ ശേഷി ഉയർത്തുക, wheat and rice. Okay, to maintain their stock. So through that, maintain the stock, and timely we can distribute through the PDS shop, so the poor people can access it. These are the important objective. Got it? So everyone should get the availability of the food grains to the poor people, increase the food production, and also fixing the support price, and also procurement, സംഭരണ ശേഷി ഉയർത്തുക, procurement, especially wheat and rice, so they can maintain these activities. Okay, yes, you know that who is responsible for this? Yes, procurement and stocking food grains, who is responsible for ഈ സംഭരണവും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ stock activities of food grains, who will do it? Yes, it is done by FCI. It is done by FCI. Who will take the responsibility of this procurement and the stocking of food grains? But the സൂക്ഷിച്ചു വെക്കലും procurement and stocking, who will do it? Whose responsibility? FCI. What do you mean by FCI? Food Corporation of India, FCI. You might have see the FCI godowns, especially here you can see while you are traveling in a train, Angadipuram, you can see FCI godown you can see, am I right? There it is the procurement and stocking of the food grains. Timely they can distribute it, okay. So that it is the duty of the FCI, Food Corporation of India. And but distribution is ensured by, they will stock it, procurement is going on there. Who? FCI. Who will distribute it? It is distributed by PDS. Okay. Stock, distribute. Now you understood? Stocked by FCI and distributed by PDS. Okay. And FCI procures food grains from the farmers at the government announced minimum support price. Now you just see that. FCI, what they are doing? They are collecting, FCI procures food grains from the farmers. Farmers in the collect cheyunnu and government announced minimum support price they are providing and keeping it. After that PDS, through PDS it is distributing. Government providing subsidies on agricultural inputs such as fertilizers, power and water to help farmers. Government is providing subsidies on agricultural inputs. What are agricultural inputs? Different machines, tools, etc. And fertilizers are there. Power is needed for agricultural activities. Water facilities are needed. So government is giving subsidies. കുറഞ്ഞ നിരക്കിൽ ഈ സൗകര്യങ്ങൾ നൽകുന്നു for farmers. Okay. But their subsidies are not in a sustainable levels. That is one of the drawback. Understood, my dear children? Their subsidies are not in a sustainable levels, so it lead to the large scale inefficiencies in the uses of these scarce inputs. These are scarce input, power, water, fertilizers, etc. So these subsidies are not in a sustainable level. ഒരു വേണ്ട രീതിയിൽ sustainable level, balancing level അല്ല പോയിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. So what will happen? It leads to the large scale inefficiencies. കാര്യക്ഷമമല്ലാതെ പ്രവർത്തിക്കുന്നു, കാര്യക്ഷമമല്ലാത്ത രീതിയിൽ ഈ ഇൻപുട്സിനെ ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്നു. What they are doing? Why it is saying that inefficiencies in the use of these inputs? I will clear that. That is excessive and imprudent. You can see one word in your textbook. Excessive and imprudent. What do you mean by imprudent? വിവേകമില്ലാതെ, ബുദ്ധിപൂർവമല്ലാതെ. That is known as imprudent. So excessive and imprudent use of fertilizer and water lead to waterlogging, salinity and depletion of essential micronutrients from the soil. Now you understood? Because government is giving all these scarce resources, scarce inputs to the farmers in a subsidized way. But the farmers are not at all using it in a proper way. So what will happen? Excessive and imprudent use of fertilizers and water leads to overായിട്ട് ഉപയോഗിക്കുമ്പോൾ water logging will be there. വെള്ളം കെട്ടി നിൽക്കുന്ന over using of water will cause water logging. Salinity, മണ്ണിൻ്റെ salinity വർദ്ധിക്കുന്നു, മണ്ണ് അമ്ല ഗുണം കൂടുതൽ, ഉപ്പ് രസം കൂടുതലുള്ളതായി മാറുന്നു. And depletion of essential nutrients from the soil, മണ്ണിൻ്റെ ഫലപുഷ്ടി അല്ലെങ്കിൽ nutrients, essential nutrients it is losing from the soil. These all happening if the farmers are using inefficiently these scarce inputs. Okay, so the high MSP, ഉയർന്ന minimum support price, subsidies, subsidy rate in inputs are committed FCI and committed FCI. Once again, my dear children, don't lose it. High MSP means minimum support price, ഉയർന്ന support price. Subsidies in inputs government കൊടുക്കുമ്പോൾ സബ്സിഡി നിരക്കിൽ കൊടുക്കുന്നതും, and committed FCI ഉത്തരവാദിത്തമുള്ള പ്രതിബദ്ധതയുള്ള FCI Food Corporation of India purchases can restore the cropping pattern. Now you understood? ഇത്രയും factors, if it is responsible, if it is doing their duties well, can restore the cropping pattern. ഈ ഘടകങ്ങളൊക്കെ വേണ്ട രീതിയിൽ നല്ല രീതിയിൽ പ്രവർത്തിക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ we can restore the cropping pattern. നഷ്ടപ്പെട്ട cropping pattern, നശിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന declining trend we can re-emerge. What are the factors it is most important for that? High MSP, subsidized inputs and committed FCI. If these all are working together, we can restore the cropping pattern. Now you understood? Yes. Paddy and wheat have more benefit, that is through MPS. Minimum support vadi ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ benefit it is getting through for wheat and rice. Especially Punjab, Haryana, those all area, they can produce. It is not prone area of producing paddy and wheat, but they are producing it. Why? It is getting minimum support price. So the farmers are ready to produce these in their own area. This lead to the intercrop imbalance. That is one of the problem. Each and every activities, if the government of India introducing, there is one drawback will be there, limitation will be there, one problem will be there. If it is increasing the high MSP, the farmers are ready to, or subsidized inputs, farmers are ready to grow their crops, especially more MSP and subsidized rates inputs are giving for wheat and rice. So farmers are, there is a trend will be there. Farmers are ready to grow more rice and wheat. So what will happen? There is an imbalance in the crops. Other crops are not at all minding in proper way, not at all growing in proper way. Almost all farmers are ready to grow this rice and wheat. Now you understood, that is known as intercrop imbalance. Okay. We know that consumers are divided into two categories. Now I think you got up to these all, FCI, PDS, what are their duties, what are the government's duties, what are the limitations related with these all factors. I think you got all these. Now we know that consumers are divided into two categories. Which are the two categories? BPL and APL. Okay, APL and BPL, above poverty line and below poverty line, that is APL and BPL. But this categorization is not in a perfect. While you are reading the newspaper or watching the news in TV, you can see that some of the people, they are in the BPL list, but actually they have to come to the APL list. So and also some APL people or some group of a segment of a people, they are APL, but already they have to come to BPL list. So these problems are going on. And sometimes another one problem also, some times they may included, they already included in the APL list, but because of the falling of the failure of the crops or the business or whatever may be, their income it is stopped, or because of any disease or accident, they may that means their income it is not at all getting any income, so they are fall into the BPL category, but the government is not at all knowing about it. So such a type of some problems it is arising. Okay. Because the number of poor people excluded from the BPL category. Sometimes you might have heard they have no house of their own, they have no income of their own, they have a very that means daily they are suffering different types of diseases, but then also their card it will be white card or APL card. So it is also happening. Sometimes APL category slip back to BPL, that already I informed. APL people slip back to the BPL because of the failure of their crops and some problems. So administratively difficult to accommodate such a shift. So we cannot blame the government also. Sometimes it is very difficult to categorize or accommodate. APL group of segment of people are coming to slip back to BPL, BPL people come to slip to the APL. So this will happen. So it is very difficult and confusing thing to accommodate the segment of people in according to their own financial level. Okay. How can we increase production? So my dear children, next we can discuss how can we increase production and some factors of facts of agriculture. കൃഷിയുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട ചില യാഥാർത്ഥ്യങ്ങൾ, സത്യങ്ങൾ we can discuss next. Okay. That is, each district or a block can be made self-sufficient in a food grains production in government provide proper agricultural infrastructure. That is a good idea, am I right? Some of the important facts we have to understand related with agriculture. That means if each and every block or the district they are getting sufficient infrastructure related with agriculture, they can increase the production. Credit linkages, infrastructure facilities and encourage the use of latest techniques. Technological know-how and the subsidy rate of technology and other inputs and the different type of infrastructure like power, water and the seeds, fertilizers and tools, etc. And also most modern technologies, technological know-how, awareness program if the government is going to give to the farmers in each block and the district level, we can increase agriculture production. Am I right? And also instead of concentrating only the rice or a wheat, the food crops with a better potential also encouraged. Instead of wheat and rice, we can encourage other food crops also. So we can increase agricultural production somewhat extent. Also creation of a necessary infrastructure. That already we discussed, irrigation facilities, availability of electricity, it is very important, or through that we can attract private investment in agriculture also. People are ready to invest their money to the agricultural activities. Now what is the problem? Public investment also very less in agriculture. So if we are providing these all facilities or introducing these all programs in block level or district level, we can attract the private investment also in agriculture. Understood? And focus on increasing food grains production should be on sustainable basis and also can create more employment and through this reduce poverty also. And we have to sustainable basis, we have to increase the food grains production in a sustainable basis. ഒരു സമാന്തര ഒരു ബാലൻസ് ചെയ്യുന്ന രീതിയിൽ we have to increase the food production and create more employment opportunities through this. Not only the wheat and rice, we can increase all types of crops. So through that we can increase the employment opportunities and also we can reduce the poverty also from the country. Okay. And so there has been a gradual shift from cultivation of food crops to cultivation of fruits, vegetable food crops, and also we have to increase vegetables, fruits, etc. So employment opportunities and the total production also will increase. So what happens? This leads to the reduction in the net sown area made under cereals and pulses. Okay, cereals and pulses matramalla, we can increase other production if we are doing such a way, increase the net sown, reduce the net sown area of the cereals and pulses. Cereals and pulses in the net sown area korachittu, we can increase other types of food crops also. Okay. So we can understand that with the growing population in India, the deficiency of food production declining food production puts a big question mark all over the country's future food security. If we are reducing the food security or production of food grains, it will affect the large number of the population of India. Everyone have to access food grains. Okay, so we have to increase this. The competition for land between non-agricultural uses such as housing, etc., agriculture has resulted reduction in the net sown area. Now the land is using for other non-agricultural activities, buildings, construction works and all other. That is why the food production it is very less. Okay, and also so productivity of a land started showing a declining trend. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് productivity is in a declining trend. Why? Land is using for other non-agricultural activities like construction of buildings and other uses of housing, etc. And fertilizers, pesticides, insecticides, etc. which will give dramatic result. If the government is giving these all in a subsidized rate, you know that a dramatic change we can see in the total production of food grains. But sometimes they are responsible for degrading the soils. നമ്മളൊരു കാര്യം ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ we have to think it twice. When we are increasing the most modern production or high production, for that we are using the high yielding variety seeds, high quality powerful fertilizers, water and all the facilities, means it will reduce the degradation of the or the quality of the soil also. So we have to balance it. Okay. Periodic scarcity of water lead to the reduction of irrigational facilities. You know that when there is no water facilities, people are using wells, tube wells, etc. Okay, inefficient water management lead to water logging. If the government is providing canal facilities, irrigation facilities in the low rainfall area to get or to improve the production, but if the people are misusing that, means they are overusing these all resources, it will cause the or it will reduce the quality of the soil, water logging will be there, salinity of the soil will increase, etc. Okay. One of the most important reason of land degradation is free power to a section of a farmers. One of the most important reason for land degradation, already we discussed in the above area. Once again, one of the most important factor, it is encourage them to pump groundwater to water intensive crops. വെള്ളം കൂടുതൽ ആവശ്യമുള്ള സ്ഥലങ്ങളിൽ ഗവൺമെന്റ് ഈസ് പ്രൊവൈഡിങ് ദീസ് വാട്ടർ പമ്പിംഗ് ഫെസിലിറ്റീസ്, മീൻസ് ദേ ആർ ഓവർ യൂസിങ് ഇറ്റ്. So what will happen? Low rainfall area, especially for production of a rice and wheat, it is needed more water. So they are using over water. Underground water level, it is decreasing because low rainfall area people are using more water or mismanagement of the water. Okay, so this type of a pumping reduced water storage. Everything we have to think while we are doing any activity. Okay, it should be balanced, it should be in a balanced way, and consequently many tube wells and wells will become dry. അങ്ങനെ വരുമ്പോൾ കുഴൽ കിണറുകളും മറ്റു കിണറുകളെല്ലാം ഉണങ്ങി അല്ലെങ്കിൽ വറ്റി വരളുന്നു. എക്സ്ട്രാ യൂസിങ് അണ്ടർഗ്രൗണ്ട് വാട്ടർ. And also this leads to the small farmers out of a cultivation. What will do the small farmers? They have no that much area of a land, they have no money to dug these wells and tube wells, so they will stop it, isn't it? There is no availability of water, so they will stop the production. For a big farmers, no problem, they can have the tube wells, but the others face water crisis. Got it? And another problem of a farmers are inadequate storage and marketing facilities. Another one problem they are facing, inadequate marketing facilities and storage facilities. If it is not such a way, means they have to face consequences. Their crops will decay. Okay, and also their products will not marketize or they cannot sell it in a proper way. So this is also one of the problem the farmers are facing. They suffer a double disadvantage. രണ്ട് തരത്തിലുള്ള ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടുകളാണ് farmers are facing. That is, they have to pay high prices for inputs. Such small farmers, they have to buy high yielding variety seeds, fertilizers, they have to purchase, and lack of bargaining power to fix prices in their favors. ചില ആളുകളെങ്കിലും ഈ ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടുകൾ അഭിമുഖീകരിക്കുന്നു. ദാറ്റ് മീൻസ് ദേ ഹാവ് ടു പേ ഹൈ പ്രൈസ് ഫോർ ടു ബൈ ദ ഹൈ yielding variety seeds, inputs, etc. And also they have no bargaining power to get that means fair price for their products. These are the two disadvantages the farmers are facing. And also, you know that all the production reaches the market, what will happen? This also we have to consider. All the products, all it is reaching to the market, what will happen? There is no scarcity of the products. Availability or the supply is more. Market, sometimes you might have noticed that tomato 1 kg it is only 10 rupee. Why? The supply is more in the market. Tomato supply is more in the market. And sometimes you can see that some vegetables, fruits, etc. It is that means supply is more, so the demand is very less. Price also will very less. Now you understood? Yes. Higher the supply, lower is the demand and lower is the price also. That will happen when all the products coming to the market. This causes distress sale. ഇതിനെയാണ് distress sale എന്ന് പറയുക. Supply is more, demand is very less and the price also will fall. That is a distress sale. Okay. And therefore no food security without the security of the small farmers. So here we can conclude that these small farmers are facing these difficulties. So we have to consider the small farmers also. At last we can conclude that there is no food security without considering the small farmers. My dear children, I think you got it. What we discussed today? Yes, we discussed food security. Am I right? We discussed food security, BPL, APL, consumers, and also FCI and also PDS. What is actually PDS? What are the problems of the agricultural field? What are the steps the government should take on? And also what are the problems faced in the small farmers? How can we fulfill food security? What is the role of the small farmers to fulfilling the food security? Everything we discussed today. I think you have to read this area 1 or 2 times. Okay. Again, if you felt any difficulties, you can call me. I will clear you. Okay. Thank you.